students, let's continue with another topic of this chapter, that is shape of atomic orbitals. We know that this orbital here, it is having different shape. We have s orbital, p orbital, d and f orbital, so they all are having different shape. So now here we are going to discuss about the shape. Before that, here I will explain you how the scientists came to know about the shape of the orbital. So when the scientists were plotted the graph between the distance of the nucleus and the orbits, that is psi and psi square, thus they get some points where the probability of finding of electron is zero. That point is called to be as what? Nodes. So depending upon the graph, the shape of the orbitals were given. So on combining quantum number and wave function, that is psi, shape of the orbitals are as follows. So first we will be having the shape of s orbital. We know that s orbital, for s here we have 4 quantum number. So for s orbital, the value of n, that is the value of azimuthal quantum number, will be what? Will be 0. So because the value of L is 0, so m would also become 0. It means that orientation is also 0 in the magnetic field, and it do not behave differently in the different coordinates, means in xyz. That's why here it is called as, like s orbital, it is non-directional in nature. Means in two dimension, when we are talking about the two dimension, here the shape of s orbital is circular, but in three dimension, here the shape of this one is sphere. And as the number of n, means principal quantum number, increases, like n is equal to 1 2 3 4, whatever the number of orbital increases, so here the size of this s orbital would also become increases with increase in the principal quantum number. Okay, so with that we came to know that s orbital, it is non-directional and it is having sphere in shape. Now come to p orbital. Shape of p orbital. So once again, here the shape of p orbital is said to be as dumbbell shape. How does we know that the dumbbell shape of p orbital? Here the value of L for the p orbital will is equal 1. That already we have discussed how to calculate the value of L in quantum numbers. If you are getting any difficulty, then kindly please go through the principal quantum number. Until you understood about the principal quantum number, it would be very difficult to know about the shape. So please go through the quantum numbers, all the 4 quantum numbers, because with the help of quantum number only we are getting the shape of orbital. So for the p orbital, the value of L is 1. Okay, so if the value of L is 1, so m depends on value of L, that is magnetic quantum number, is depends on the azimuthal quantum number for their value. So if the value of L is 1, so m will be equal to -1, 0 and +1. Okay, so with the help of this one, here it means it has three orientation in x, y and z. In all the three coordinates it has the orientation, and p orbital has three coordinate, that is px, py and pz. These are having the three coordinates. So whenever we are plotting the shape or plotting the graph between the nucleus and the orbits for the p orbital, here the shape that we will be getting, that is for the x orbital. See, here we have px. For px, here the orientation, it is like, it is dumbbell shape in which the lobe is present on the x-axis. Okay, in the py, here we have the lobe present on the y-axis, and in the z, here the lobe is present on the z-axis. So these are what, these are all about the p orbital and the shape of p orbital. P orbital shape is dumbbell shape, but here it depends on the x, y and z orientation. If we are talking about all the three orientation, we know that electron is what it is, it moves as a wave. So because wave moves in all the three directions, so it show all the coordinates and it moves in all the coordinates, so it gives the shape of dumbbell. For x, it is in the x axis, and for p, the lobe is on the y axis, and for pz, the lobe is on the z axis. So these are all about the p orbital. And here the point of intersection, that is the center point, is called to be as node, where the probability of finding of electron is 0. That is called to be as nodes. Okay. Now come to the d orbital. Here for d orbital we have the value of L is 2. L is equal to 2, and M is what? M is equal to -2, -1, 0, +2, +1 and +2. All total here we have 5 orbitals. So these 5 orbitals, here the name of these 5 orbital is dxy, dyz, dxz, dx square minus y square, and dz square. These are the 5 orbitals of d. So here come to the shape of the d orbital. D orbital, it is the shape of this one is called to be as double dumbbell shape. Means it has 4 lobes. In the p orbital we have only 2 lobes, but in d orbitals we have 4 lobes. So see how the shape of this is explained. See this one. For dxy, the first one. For the dxy, here the lobe, first two lobe is present between the x and y axis. See, and the second is going to intersect this one. So this type of structure or shape we got, that is called to be as double dumbbell shape of the d orbital. In the second one, that is dyz, here first lobe is present between the y and z axis. See this one. Okay, y, and between the y and z axis we have one lobe, and the second lobe is going to intersect the earlier one. Next, in the third, that is dxz, in the dxz the lobe is to be present between the x and z. Okay, so here see in the third one dxz, here the lobe is present between the dxz, and the another one is going to intersect one another. Now for the dx square minus y square, here it means that the lobe is to be present on the x-axis and on the y-axis. So here one lobe is present on the x-axis and one is present on the y-axis, that is called to be as dx square minus y square. For the dz square, here we have one lobe present on the, both the lobes should be present on the z-axis only, because here dz square is given. So both the lobes should be present here only. So one lobe is present on the z axis, and the another lobe is condensed over the earlier one. That's why here the shape of this one is little different than the earlier one. So this shape has given a special name, that is called to be as donor shape. So these are all the shape of d orbital. These shapes are called to be as double dumbbell shape of d orbital. So with that we have the shape of orbital, that is s orbital, it is having spherical shape. For p orbital it is having dumbbell shape. For d orbital it is having double dumbbell shape. But for the f orbital, here we do not have the much study of f orbital. For this one the shape of the f orbital we will be discussing in the senior classes, but here we have till this much only, because the shape of f orbital is little bit complicated. That's why these things are not given in the class 11 portion. Okay, so these are all about the shape of the orbital. Now these are the difference between the orbits and orbital, that already we have discussed. That orbits, it is a circular path in which the electrons revolve around the nucleus, but orbital, it is a 3-dimension space around the nucleus where the probability of finding of electron is maximum. Second difference, that it represents the planar motion of an electron, but here in orbital, here it represents 3-dimensional motion around the nucleus. Third, the concept of an orbit is not in accordance with the wave character of electron and uncertainty principle, but the concept of orbital is in accordance to wave character of electron and both uncertainty principle. Okay, that already we have discussed. Last point, this is the fourth point. All orbits are circular and disc like shape, means orbits it do not have different shape. All the orbits have similar shape, but orbitals, they are having different shape. Like s orbital, it is spherical, p is dumbbell, d is double dumbbell, and so on. Okay, next, orbit do not have any directional characteristics. They are non-directional, as we know, because it do not have any shape. Then the circular, that's they are non-directional. It do not move in all the three coordinates. But orbital except S, all are directional, because rest all P, D and F, they move in all the three dimensions. The maximum number of electron in an orbit is given by 2n square, where n is the number of orbit. Number of orbit means first orbit, second orbit, third orbit. It depends on that. 2n square means if you will be taking the value of n is 1, then 2 into 1 square is equal to 2, means in the first orbit we could have only 2 electron, and for second one, if the value of n is taken as 2, so 2 square, that is 4, 4 into 2 is equal to 8. It means in the second orbital or second orbit we can accommodate 8 electrons. So like that we can increase the number by taking the formula 2n square. And for orbital, here the maximum number of electron present in one orbital is only 2, not more than 2. We cannot accommodate more than 2 electron in one orbital. Okay, now we have energy of orbitals. Different orbitals are having different energy. The orbital which is near to the nucleus, it has less energy as compared to the one which is farther to the nucleus. So as the number of orbital increases, the energy is going on increases. But the same, that is about the orbits, but the same orbital, if we are talking about the 2s and 2p, 3s, 3p and 3d, because they all belongs to the third orbit. 3s, 3p and 3d, they all belongs to the same orbit. That's where these three orbital have the same energy. Okay, like for the 2, in the second one we have 2s or 2p only. For first we have only 1s, second we have 2s, 2p, third we have 3s, 3p, 3d, and 4 we have 4s, 4p, 4d, 4f. Like that we are going on increases the number of orbital. But here whatever the orbital belongs to the same shell, they have the same energy level. Okay, like 2s and 2p, they have same energy. So it can jump from its own orbital to another orbital very easily when the energy is same. But for going to the another shell which is having more energy, it has to absorb some of the energy from outside. These are the electronic configuration. Now we have to go through the electronic configuration, which is very important part. And this electronic configuration here, electronic configuration is actually what it is, the arrangement of electron in the orbital in order of increasing energy. So how do we do the electronic configuration of the elements, and how do we fill the electron in any of the orbital? Here we have certain rules, and these rules we have to follow for filling the electron into the orbital. Let's discuss about the rules first, then I will tell you the energy and about the orbital. First, that is called to be as Aufbau principle. Aufbau principle is what? Aufbau principle, it said that electron filled in any of the orbital in order of their increasing energy. Okay, as the energy increases according to the orbital which is having the lowest energy, it should be filled first, then the other. See, here we have orbital 1s, 2s, 2p, 3s, 3p, 3d, 4s, 4p, 4d, 4f, 5s, 5p, 5d, 5f, 6s, 6p, 6d, 7s, 7p. So here see, look at the arrow. Here we have the arrow in which this arrow is showing, with the help of this one only you have to fill the electron in the orbital. First you have to fill 1s, then 2s, and then see this arrow is going to 2p side, then 3s, then 3p, then 4s, then 3d, 4p, 5s. This you people have to memorize, otherwise you are not going to understand about the electronic configuration. This Aufbau principle tell us how the energy is going on increases with the increasing number of orbital. So here, according to the above principle, the filling of electron into any of the orbital is done in order of their increasing energy. So these are the increasing energy. It is given here also. See, 1s, then 2s, then 2p, then 3s, then 3p, then 4s, then 3d. Because the 4s, it is having less energy as compared to 3d. How it is like Means we know that the value of S is what? Value of S is 0 or value of D is 2. So if we are adding 4 plus S, see here n plus L rule is given, 2 orbital have same value of n plus n. The lower value of n is filled first. Of energy of orbital is equal to n plus L. And you have to see, so n is what? It is the number of orbits, like 1 2 3 4 is given, no? So if we are comparing 4s and 3d, why the electron is filling in 4s first then 3d? So 4, n is equal to 4 or s is equal to 0. So 4 plus 0 is equal to 4 and 3. Or d की value is what? The value of d is 2. So 3 plus 2 is equal to 5. It means 3d is having more energy as compared to the 4s. That's why 4s is to be filled first as compared to 3d. But if both one is having the same energy, then the number of shell, means it depends on n, the value of n. The one which is having the lower value of n is to be filled first. Like here we can take example of 5p and 6s. See here 5p and 6s. 5p is filled first and then we have 6s. So here they both are having the same energy. 5p, 5, it is n is equal to 5, p is equal to 1. 5 plus 1, that is 6. For 6s we have 6, n is equal to 6 and s is equal to 0. Means 6 plus 0, that is 6. So both here we have the 6, means energy is same. That's why here it depends on the value of n. So the value of n for 5p is less. That's why 5p is to be filled first. So these are some rules which is given by above principle. These rule, you just go through the rule, then you will came to know how to fill the electron. The second rule is given by Pauli exclusion principle. According to the Pauli exclusion principle, an orbital can accommodate at the maximum of 2 electrons with opposite spin. Whenever we are filling electron into any of the orbital, we can fill only maximum of 2 electron in any of the orbital or with opposite spin. Both should have opposite spin. Okay, so here we can also say that no electron has all the 4 quantum numbers same. If we are talking about any of the electron, so they may have 2 quantum numbers same, they may have 3 quantum numbers same, but all the 4 quantum number, that is principal, azimuthal, magnetic or spin, they never be have all the 4 quantum number same. Third rule, that is Hund's rule of maximum multiplicity. Hund's rule. Here we can also call it as Hund's rule. So according to the Hund's rule, he said that pairing of electron in a set of degenerate orbital doesn't take place till all the orbital are singly filled. So first we have to know what you mean by degenerate orbitals. So degenerate orbitals are the orbital which are having the same energy, like 2s and 2p, because they both belongs to the second orbit. That's why s or p are having same energy. If we are talking about the 2s and 3s, because they belongs to the different orbits, so they are having difference in the energy. But 2s and 2p, because they both belongs to the same orbit, they are having same energy. So this is called to be as degenerate orbital, which belongs to the same orbits. So whenever we are filling any of the electron in the orbits which are having the same energy, so filling should be done like the filling of electron is 2s to be filled or 2b to be filled in the same manner. Means if we are having more number of electrons, so it should not be filled like all the electron we are filling in the first orbital and second orbital is to empty. First we have to fill single electron in each orbital. Okay, whatever the number of orbital we are having, like for 2s we have 1, for 2p we have 3 orbital. So if we are doing the electronic configuration of nitrogen, so it would be 1s2, 2s2 and 2p3. 1s2, it means 2 electron is present there because it belongs to first orbital, first orbits. Okay, second orbit, that is 2s and 2p. So 2s2, 2p3. S is having 2 orbital but p is having 3. So 2 electron is to be filled in the s. But what about the p? Because p is having 3 electron, so these 3 electron is to be filled in all the 3 orbital. Not like that ki first one is going to get 2, second one is going to get 1 and the third one is empty. It is not like that. If you are doing like that, then it is wrong. So here the filling is to done that each orbital should get one electron, and then the pairing should be done if it is having the number of electron. If it do not have extra electron, then it should be we can keep it empty. But if we have extra electron, then first the half filled orbital should be done, and then the pairing of this is to be done. That is called by Hund's rule of maximum multiplicity. Okay, so last we have the electronic configuration. See here, the electronic configuration is given from hydrogen to zinc. Please see about the electronic configuration. It is very important because in this class 11th only you came to know about the all are introduced with SPDF. So electronic configuration on the basis of SPDF also you people have to do. If you will be getting any doubt, then kindly please contact me, because electronic configuration is very necessary to know. Question will be asked from this section also, definitely. Okay, so with that we have finished this chapter, students. In the next class I will give you the notes for this chapter, because this chapter is little complicated than the earlier one. So that's why I am going to give you notes for this chapter. So please wait for one day. Tomorrow I will upload the notes, or tomorrow whenever we will be having next class I will upload the notes of this one, which will help you to prepare for the exam. Thank you so much for hearing me.